case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for.
In 1833, the Supreme Court of the United States heard a case known as Barron ex rel. Tiernan vs. Mayor of Baltimore, which centered on the idea that the Constitution applies to the federal government, not individual state governments. The case arose when John Barron brought a lawsuit against the mayor and city council of Baltimore, claiming they had violated his Fifth Amendment rights by taking away his vested right to use the water at his wharf for navigation purposes without just compensation. The lower court had ruled that the Fifth Amendment only applied to the federal government and not to state governments, with the plaintiff arguing that the amendment restrained the legislative power of a state. However, the majority opinion of the Supreme Court held that the Constitution was established for the United States as a whole and not for individual states. Thus, the Fifth Amendment could not apply to state governments. Ultimately, the Supreme Court determined that the Fifth Amendment only applied to the federal government and not to state legislative power. As each state had its own constitution with restrictions on its particular government as its judgment saw fit, the plaintiff's claim was deemed unfounded. Since the council's actions were authorized by the state and there was no conflict between Maryland's state laws and the U.S. Constitution, the court had no jurisdiction over the case, and the writ of error was dismissed.
Case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for. Visit lsd.law, elevate your mind. Leave the stress of class.